Welcome back, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to another wonderful episode of Those Damn Kids. Those damn kids, they're getting up in everything. I am your GM, Tyson Fraleigh. Before me, I have our intrepid cast of characters. First off, the bundle of asparagus seductively melted in butter, Alexander Cruz.
Looking at myself on a screen, ready to be a mean little teen, it's Olivier Webster. Hey, folks.
Next up, we've got a big bundle of mushrooms, nice and cooked up, ready to throw on top of a steak. We've got Gracyn Roach.
That's me. I'm not a steak because I'm a vegetarian, but I'm the mushrooms on top because I need to be there. Like, I do, and I'm here now.
You came in strong, Gracyn.
It's me. I'm the big mushrooms on top, baby.
We have the madam of the freezer, the lady pork chop herself, Lizzie Nyveen.
Okay, you had like this whole like, I don't know, stuff that could go on a pizza. Why a pork chop? Why not like bacon? Why a pork chop?
Hey, pork chop? Pork chop's not bad.
Yeah, I was thinking of just like a fancy dinner kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Can I be like encrusted in something?
Ooh, get like a nice like honey mustard glaze or
a good sear, you know?
Very good. And finally, last but not least, the tall glass of wine himself, Mr. Chardonnay. We have Adam Honigman.
Hi, how you all doing? I sat weird yesterday playing video games for an extended period of time, and then my back hurt for the rest of the evening. So that's how my day's going. How you all doing?
You know, I think it might be just a secret goal. Well, actually, not even a secret goal. I think it might just be a goal for Adam is to just turn his spine into an accordion. He's already halfway there.
It's like, yes, Adam's plan from the get-go. Get scoliosis and then fuck up his back for the rest of his life.
Anytime I bend down to pick up a quarter, it sounds like the song that the chef plays while Lady and the Tramp are eating their spaghetti.
We are far too early on here, everybody, to make Lizzie facepalm this amount of times. We're just in the intro.
It's true. We have to be at least halfway through the episode.
Do I facepalm that much?
I want to ruin your audio because you'll just be looking down with your hand covering your face for half this episode.
Oh my god, I might actually be doing that. Oh no. I need to not do that.
Okay, with those shenanigans out of the way, let's get into our recap of what happened on our last episode of Those Damn Kids. Last time, the crew was dealing with the after effects of spotting the large speech in front of the school. After being able to assuage the principal away from you guys walked outside and found a button that was printed by a local craft shop. You guys decided to travel downtown, discovered that the button was actually not made by the location and that there was no other alternatives of where it came from. You guys also bumped into Mr. McPherson, the man, the myth, the legend, who spoke of strange alien creatures that were able to pass through reality and distort your own perceptions of things. You guys then headed to Olivier's favorite spot in town, known as the Matter Hatter. You met with Mads, the very high bookshop, cat cafe, diner mix, plus vinyl store, where Olivier was able to pick up his copy of Cats. You guys then decided to have a conversation about strategizing what exactly is going on. You guys developed a theory around It's a Wonderful Life, and decided to go and speak to Jenny's mom. You guys headed up to Jennifer's house. You guys were then able to meet with Jennifer's mom, Carol, who was poorly cooking dinner. After questioning her, Olivier determined that he was very suspicious of the situation regarding Jennifer's mother, creating some tension between the group. You guys then, as a group, cooked dinner, as everyone was kicked out when Jennifer's father arrived, Mr. Williams. The Williams family was able to have a wonderful dinner together. As the crew headed to their separate homes, Kit discovered a package containing information about her long-lost father and his mysterious disappearance. Baxter encountered his mother and apparently some fact about Riley being gone, but aside from that, unknown. And finally, Olivier. Upon leaving the living room and turning off the TV, before he was able to touch the power button, he saw a commercial of himself playing Gavroche in a massive Broadway production of Les Mis, and stating to the audience that he was just so happy to be there, leaving Olivier very lonely in the moment, staring at the television. And that is where we left off. Olivier, I would like you to please make a mind empathize check.
1 success.
Immediately seeing the program, you are able to immediately go to your exercises, deep breathing, focusing on yourself, and recontextualizing yourself. It's very strange, it's very alien, and it's quite upsetting watching that, but you're able to turn off the TV, bring yourself upstairs.
Before I do that, so obviously I think this is a weird thing, because it could be, my mental health playing a trick on me, but also some weird shit's been going on with alternate things. I just want to try flipping the channels real quick and see if there's other versions of me on other channels, or if it's just that one channel that's doing something weird.
You flip through channels. You don't see anything else. There's no reference of you.
If I go back to the other channels, it's still on that.
You flip back as you are no longer on screen. Making headlines this week is some possible new developments to a brand new TV show known as 21 Hop Avenue, the next greatest tween craze. Will it be able to show teenagers the way to deal with controversial issues such as drug dealing and violence on campus, or will it simply be another cash grab by Hollywood? We're just gonna have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate this world. All right, yeah. I'm a little relieved, but also a little disappointed, I think, because there's a certain part of him that still kind of wants that. So I'm gonna go back upstairs and see Renee.
You are able to... You get back upstairs and you can immediately begin to hear the opening soundtrack for Cats. As you see, your sister has already started playing as you enjoy the rest of your evening. For what strange occurrence that was.
I just go up to her. I don't really say anything, and I just kind of hold her as we listen and sway.
Okay. She just turns around and just kind of puts her arms around you. You okay, kiddo?
Jellicles can't let jellicles do. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna sing along to the song. She
just tries to sing along, but clearly does not know the words. As we cut to the next morning, you are all able to travel to school unhindered, no strangeness. You guys are able to arrive at Kate Feldstein Secondary School. For Jennifer and Olivier, you have your first class with Mr. Cooper, who begins to outline some of the course curriculum. We're going to be talking about classics in this class. You can get whatever paperback, smarmy kind of stuff that you want from the comic book shop, whatever really indulgences you want to have in popular culture. But what we're really looking at here is literature.
Kind of turn to Jenny and I give her a big eye roll.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I spend pretty much all my time just drawing these little grids in my notebook because oh my god, he talks so much and none of it is interesting.
The class continues forward, very drawn out, him emphasizing points that really don't need emphasizing. Basically just stating, oh, we're going to be reading Charles Dickens. Oh, we're going to be reading, To Kill a Mockingbird. All the classics that you're supposed to read, but also the ones that are so dry that you feel like just absolutely taking ice picks and jamming them in your skull.
I like raise my what class is it just a general literature class?
English, yeah.
When he gets to like the end of the syllabus, I want to like raise my hand and be like, so we're not doing any theater?
We will be touching on Shakespeare and some elements here and there, but we won't be focusing on the dramatic readings. That's not our particular focus. I suggest, if that is more of your liking, theater classes will be much more intuitive. But it is a valid question, that. Theater, of course, needs to be performed rather than strictly read, so therefore we don't have the right, you could say, je ne sais quoi.
I turned to Jenny and I'm like, I thought I was being smart, but this just sucks more.
What the hell's a je ne sais quoi?
It's French.
It sounds like a tree.
It does kind of sound like a tree.
The bell rings as everyone begins to funnel out of class, as Mr. Cooper just kind of raises a hand. Jennifer, may I speak with you a moment?
I give the most... I have this face of anguish, but my back is turned, and by the time I go talk to him, whatever he fucking wants, I have a normal face.
Do you want me to wait outside?
Sure.
I'll wait outside for you.
Go talk to Mr. Cooper, I guess.
As everyone kind of funnels out, you grab a seat near the front desk where you can see Mr. Cooper just kind of does like the I'm the cool teacher kind of hop up on the desk. Miss Williams, I'm going to keep this simple.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, you're like so smart, Mr. Cooper, you know.
Get fucked. Holy shit. That's the Lizzie special. So much in just just like a fucking sucker punch. Whew.
Oh, I'm gonna get detention. This is Breakfast Club now.
No, he entirely just goes straight over his head.
Because he's so smart.
I simply wanted to emphasize the importance of academic integrity inside of this institution.
Oh my gosh, do you think someone's cheating?
I know in such matters.
Oh, wow. Well, you should probably tell someone. I wouldn't want them to compromise the class.
Believe you me, if we were of the same opinion, I would be ensuring that this person, well, that she would be punished to the highest degree. You see, there's no greater sin in education than the absconding of ideas, to pawn something off that is not your own, especially when, well, let's say the less academically inclined are being pushed forward by those of greater minds.
Wow, well, I mean, sin sounds pretty serious, you know? I didn't know we were doing literature. No, sorry, it's a literature class. I didn't know we were doing religion, too. That's a lot.
Indeed. Anyway, I simply wanted to make the state known.
Oh, I think we're in Massachusetts.
He just...
But yeah, wow, that sounds really serious, Mr. Cooper. I don't really get it, but...
That'll be all.
Oh, okay. Well, see you later.
Indeed, Ms. Williams, indeed.
Skedaddle on out.
Pan-fried this man.
So what did he want?
I'm not really sure. He just sort of, like, talked about, like, sins and stuff and how it was, like, bad to have ideas. I don't really know.
What is this guy, a priest or a teacher?
Yeah, seriously. Well, he's got that weird vibe, you know?
It's true, yeah. Let's blow this popsicle stand.
Oh my god. Did you really just say that?
Too much? Yeah? No, I was trying something new out. I thought we were... okay. Starts walking. Doesn't know where he's going.
As we divert from you two, we pop to Kit and Baxter as you guys are walking into bio class. You see the professor standing at the front, the very cold demeanor, the like pale white and silver kind of chrome and plastic that adorns his body, just kind of turning. Ah, good to see you both. Mr. Raydon, I wanted to inform you that your nickname application was sadly rejected.
What? No. By who? By you? Not by you.
No, by the head of administration, Mr. Baldwin. If you would like to request a different nickname change, I can absolutely authorize that by the end of today.
Oh, yeah. For me or for you? Or for both? For both. We should have matching nicknames.
I'm afraid that I am only allowed to be referred to as the professor.
Okay. How about you call me... No, how about you call me A+ student? It's not an indicator of anything, it's just a nickname that you call me in front of everyone.
I will confirm this for authorization, but based that it has no form of curse words or any kind of other negligent behavior, I do not see why this could not be the case.
Oh, I'll take that as a confirmation. You know what? How about we just we try it on for size today during class, just see if it fits before you get your authorization.
I'm afraid that will not be possible as of the current moment, but remember, patience is a virtue.
So is taking a grand leap of faith. That's a virtue.
The professor just does not respond. Just looking at you, but just very vacant eyes.
Baxter's kind of stuck alone up in front of the class and kind of realizes what he just kind of scurries over to his desk. A+ student! Points a finger at the professor and sits down.
The professor points a finger back and then just puts his arm down just in a very stiff manner. Good evening, class. As per the elementaries of cellular biology, we shall now be moving into larger structures, organ systems and tissues. Let us begin. Biology occurs, class ends, you guys are able to divert off into your lunch period. Over the announcements, you guys do catch, hey cheer freaks, if you're interested in joining this year's pep rally cheer squad, make sure to meet outside by the goalposts. We'll be waiting for you. This is an official reminder that if you're interested in this year's musical info session, please meet in room F32 within the next 10 minutes to get your pamphlet and your general information.
Oh, I'm hightailing it to the musical info session, of course.
I want to go to I want to go learn more about the musical.
Well, as a cheerleader, obviously, I am going to the pep rally. I feel like I probably already knew about it, like there was a meeting for us or something.
I would grab whatever scraps of lunch I can muster up. My mom definitely makes me something, but also, I'll grab some french fries or whatever. This is the 80s, right? They still have dirt food in cafeterias. I'll get some french fries. Tater tots, absolutely. Oh, my tater tots. And I'm going to go sit outside and watch the pep rally from a nice distance because, cheerleaders.
We will cut over to the drama room where both Olivier and Kit, you would bump into each other on the way.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. And I check up to my back to make sure I've still got Rudy with me today. Rudy's behind my hair. My pet rat.
Hey, Rudy.
Say hey, Rudy. Yeah, I don't know. I just figured I'd come and check out to see what this musical business is about.
You're here for the musical?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be cool to check out, to try on. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about musicals.
Yes.
And plays, right? They're kind of the same thing, right?
Yes, and both absolutely not. If you want to learn a little, if you want to, I know a bunch. I know a bunch about that kind of thing. I was super interested into coming here. I thought I was going to be the only person I knew coming into this. This is really cool. I'm so glad you're here.
Cool. Yeah, super jazzed to check it out.
Jazz hands. Olivia does jazz hands. at the mention of jazz.
Kit smiles because Kit doesn't understand the joke and just thinks that Olivier is excited.
Just thinks I'm doing some weird thing with my hands. Oh God. Let's get in there. Yeah, let's go.
You both head over to the drama room where you can see that it is a. It looks like it's a nice room. It's like exposed brick walls all the way around. The floor is like hardwood for like actual performance, but it looks like it's been weathered over a very long period of time. There's a small stage off to the left, some curtains that kind of hide it a little bit. It's more in the variety of a almost like a dance studio that aged and turned into a small black box.
I'm sorry. I love the casual drop of black box as if that's like normal person talk. Bunch of fucking theater nerds.
At the center of the room, you see a whole variety of people, all kind of set up in chairs looking towards the stage, all around your age, ranging anywhere between the ages of 13 to probably 17, 18 for the seniors. You can see that people of pretty much like the biggest cluster of random students you could ever pluck from the school, as it's pretty busy in here. There's quite a few people who are set up for this program. As you are able to find some seats, as the rest of the crowd kind of comes in and starts standing off to the side, there's just a general like hubbub around the people around you guys, just everyone talking.
Yeah, so there's quite a few people here. Hey, Olivier.
This is kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't expect this many people to be into musical theater.
It's okay. Don't worry. Look at me. And I grab him, I clap him on the shoulders, and I get him physically to turn towards me. And I look intently into Olivier's eyes, and I say, "Don't worry about them. Look at me." And I say, "You're gonna do great. You are new, you are fresh, and you are exactly what this school needs for this musical. And you are gonna do a fabulous job. Let's go figure out what the musical is. Let's go figure it out," I say.
Yeah. I was more like, not a lot of people are into theater, but yes, I love this energy. I love this energy, Kit. That's crazy. Oh, I'm all fired up now. Jeez.
I start walking towards who looks to be the most important person in the room.
This girl's got balls.
Well, as you're about to walk towards, you see that on the main stage, you see a woman probably in her mid-40s step out. Tan skin, black hair, luscious to the point where it almost looks like water rushing into the bun held at the back of her head. You can see this very prominent lipstick and these very like icy blue eyes as she steps forward, cardigan, kind of like flowing shirt underneath, and these black dress pants, as you hear the entire room immediately go silent as she just kind of looks forward. "Good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see so much excitement about this upcoming production. My name is Miss Aberdeen. I know my name has been tossed around as your new drama teacher here. Before I begin, I want to enforce something. I understand that I am new. I understand that I am adopting this program from Mr. Maple, your previous teacher. And I want to ensure that your hard work and the integrity of this program shall be upheld to the highest degree. I simply only want to build on what Mr. Maple has created. I have seen the productions in the past, and I am quite impressed by his work. And it's because of this that I want to inform you about the professionalism of our upcoming productions. I want to help make you all perform to your highest potential. And that means moving beyond the humble sets here, kind of motioning off to the black box and also kind of pointing in a direction that for Kit you recognize she's probably motioning to the gym where there's a bigger stage, because I think that's usually where people perform, kind of, sure. And that's why this year I've gotten to contact with some people downtown, some old friends, and I will be having our performance take place at the Arcadian. As everyone in the room just the Arcadian is one of the finest establishments here in Freeman, and one of the finest establishments that I've ever encountered in my theatrical and professional life. And thus it is that gift I want to give to you all. But in order to accomplish such goals, we must work together, collaboratively, professionally, towards our next production. Thus being the case, I want to officially announce that we are doing a little bit of a collaboration amongst ourselves, a fully composed, written, and performed show by people in this room. We do have professional associates that will be coming along, some old friends from Boston, and a few friends that I've been able to pull in from New York. Original composition, original music, original script, be focused around that of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Thus, we will be looking for numerous roles to be filled, and I look forward to all of your auditions within the next few days. If you have any questions for myself, I would be happy to answer them. If you have any general inquiries, I do have a series of pamphlets, general information, kind of points down to a table. Take a moment, peruse, and know this. This production is only held by your artistic integrity and the power that you wish to give to the stage. The power of this program, of your artistic freedom, is in your hands. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your lunch. We're going to jump to the pep rally auditions as we see Baxter on one of the bleachers, just sitting entirely alone, very clear what he is up to, as the cheer squad is essentially both established and newcomers are all set up in the center of the football field, where you can see a very tall, lean but muscular woman with like a bit of a buzzed kind of blonde bob kind of set up, this whistle around her neck, as you see Miss Moore is standing there. All right, so you've come here to volunteer for the cheer squad, huh? As you see the newcomers all just kind of like, yeah, wrong. You've come here to join the cheer squad. You don't volunteer. This isn't something where you get to choose your hours. You join. You are bound. We are together in this. The people that you see in front of you, and kind of motions over where, for example, you are standing, Jennifer, as well as other members of the squad. These are some of the finest young people in modern athletics here in Freeman. You want to stand up to task and stand with them? Well, we've got some work to do. All right, let's get to it. As Miss Moore kind of looks down the line, you see that she kind of walks past Jess, who has her purple and pink hair kind of tied up into the bun. She kind of stops for a moment. Jess, you do something new with your hair? Yes, ma'am. I colored it. Looks nice. Then just walks away. Thank you. Jennifer, start doing stretches with everyone, and then we're going to get on to running some drills. Ready?
Did she look at me or the other Jennifer? I mean, obviously, if Miss Moore looks at you and says something, you just go do it, so.
She looks to Jenny Talbot and says, Jennifer, please do stretches. For the rest of you, I need practice to show all these people what they're going to be involved with. Jen kind of looks to you, Jennifer. I want to show them a throw. Can you do that?
Can do.
Perfect. Tess, Scott, let's go through the basics. Tess and Scott kind of run up. Hey, Jenny. How's it going?
Oh, excited to be back in the swing of things. Summer is great, but, can get a little boring.
Totally. Yeah, like summer, just like you don't get to see everybody all the time and don't get to like hang out, It's just like so cool. Yeah.
How was your summer?
Oh, it was totally cool. Like, I had like a summer camp thing. I didn't get to see you guys, of course, so that blew. But like at least I got to see you guys at the party, which was like super nice. And like at which point Miss Moore just looks over. Enough yapping. Get to it.
Sorry, Miss Moore.
Which point I need you to please make a body move roll.
Oh, good. 2 successes. Thank God.
2 successes. One is for the landing. Is there any special trick you want to throw in there while you're in the air?
Yeah, I think it's easier to turn either clockwise or counterclockwise. So my special trick is that I turn the slightly harder way. So it's textbook perfect, but just, if you know what's going on, you can tell that it's a bit harder to pull off.
Okay. And as you spin in the air, you are falling when suddenly all of you are hit that stomach drop. The sickening feeling as you all blur a little bit as Jenny, you feel yourself get caught, thrown upwards to stand. As all of you blink, the football field is empty. Olivier and Kit, you're standing in there in a empty room. There is no black box stage. It is just hardwood floor. You can see that there are tables kind of set up. There are no students. There is no teacher. The door is there. For Baxter, you drop a tater tot as you're standing and just watch as the entire field that was once filled with people is suddenly just solitary with Jennifer standing there.
Jenny?
The physical environment of outside also changes. Where there were once houses to your left, there's a grove of trees. Leaves are scattering across the ground in very different directions, different ways. You kind of look and you can see that there's different vibrancies of colors. Like it already looks like the football field has been repainted for whatever reason.
Oh my God. What is happening?
Jenny, where'd all the babes go?
Oh my God. Baxter, don't call us babes, okay? It's true, but you shouldn't say it. What the hell? It happened again.
Yeah, okay, why are you getting mad at me about it?
'Cause you're here. And I'm stressed.
Okay, well, do you want a tater tot? Just hold out like a crushed tater tot in my hand.
Ew. No, that's grody.
Fine. Pop it in my mouth.
What is going on?
What? I don't know. Were you? I don't know. Think about.
Are you
killing
blaming
yourself
me?
or something? I'm not blaming you. I'm trying to. That's what George Bailey did. I don't know.
What? Why are there trees?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Do Kit and I hear them from outside?
You would hear distant voices. You wouldn't hear exactly hello. It would just more be like.
Here, come on, look.
It happened again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to go. We have to go.
We run over to the door.
I want to try to. I'm sorry. As we're going about, I want to try to keep an eye out for anything distinguishing about this. What something's triggering this. It's Olivier's trying to piece it together.
You push open the door. As you guys arrive outside, whoa. As this exits into the back parking lot, you're used to seeing vans set up out here, pickup trucks, very general cars. These are roadsters. These are Oldsmobiles. These are old 50s cars in a like a vibrant green, light blue, fire, like cherry fire red, all kind of spread out in the back. As you hear the distant hellos, you turn and you can see what looks to be two small figures, quite familiar as Baxter and Jennifer standing out in the football field. As you guys kind of race over to each other, you hear the sound of like a ringing sound. This awful, just metallic banging as you begin to watch as the school begins to essentially flood out with people.
The building that we were just in floods out with people?
Yep.
Fancy seeing you guys again.
Do you recognize anyone?
Jennifer, please make a mind investigate check.
Can I help? Are we trying to recognize people, or like I want to see like also like what their clothes are like, or like notice things like this too?
I can help you.
Investigate.
I will, when we get like in a clump, I'll just kind of like grab Kit's wrist. And we'll look in opposite directions to get a better spread of the crowd, and that's how I'm helping.
One fell out. I've got 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. You are looking around. The people that you're watching, very different clothing than what you're used to. You see guys coming out in turtlenecks, sports jackets, different, logos of the school kind of set upon it in like jersey bombers. You see kids' hair slicked back in leather jackets. You're seeing a lot of slacks girls kind of come out in like colorful 2-piece jacket skirt sets. You can see that they come out in like plaid kind of dresses. You also see that some of them come out in like very like a lot of browns, a lot of very autumnal colors, you could say. The hairstyles are usually for the girls very like flat. The guys are just very like basic like guys hairdo, but you also see that some of the girls kind of have the like the curled hair that kind of comes up at the end, a bit of the Jackie Kennedy look. You are also seeing a bunch of people carrying as they're kind of exiting out, you see people are just kind of like looking to each other confused and kind of laughing to each other. You see that, let's say, no, not at this point. You're looking around at the amount of students. It's nowhere near the amount that you're expecting. This is a smaller school than what you're used to. As you're kind of looking around, you can also see that one entire wing of the school that existed as your day-to-day is not there.
Are we kind of isolated it out on the field, or are there like other people on the field?
Some people are beginning to head to the field.
I want to, assuming people kind of pass us by, Baxter's going to like poke whatever human passes closest to him.
Just to clarify before, I don't recognize anybody, right? Because I think that was the original intention.
You are looking around. You spot someone distantly heading towards the front. It's hard to get a read on them, but there's something that is in the back of your head just saying, hey, like kind of nagging at you that you, like this person. If you were to guess you knew anyone here, this one person kind of walking away.
I go, hey, I think I'm gonna go talk to them. And I just start walking towards this person at a light jog or something.
Are they... Tyson, just confirm, when I poked this person, it felt like a human being. I didn't just pass through them or something.
Yep.
Okay, they're real, whatever this is. Or do we all just... I don't... Did we take something? Yeah, I kind of looked down at the tater tots and I throw the rest of them on the floor. God, what are they putting in that school food?
No, I'm telling you guys, I looked around. I think. I don't know. I know it sounds silly, but I feel like I need to talk to this person. and I feel like I recognize them a bit.
I'm gonna snag Baxter and not release Kit.
Wait, it's like you like grab Olivier. Your stupid singing movie where they're in the leather jackets. What's it called?
Grease?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it is kind of like Grease.
Okay, it's less like Grease and it's more like Back to the Future.
Well, the Back to the Future came out like yesterday.
I like movies.
So do I. But anyways, this is still work in like the 50s or something.
Maybe. Is there any like markers of time around?
Can I assess the fashion?
Yeah. Is there like a sometimes schools have like those things outside of their thing that say like welcome class of whatever, because maybe it's the same time. Like maybe it's 1956.
Maybe
right?
it's first day back after summer.
I would like Jennifer, please make a mind comprehend check. For Olivier, please make a mind investigate check.
One for me.
One for me.
For Jennifer, you're looking around. 50s it doesn't feel right to you. This seems more 60s. For Olivier, you begin kind of coasting around. You don't spot any kind of like sign out the front or anywhere nearby, but you do catch on the back of one of the guys' jerseys. It says it would be team of 64.
64.
Should we like get out of here? We're like time fugitives or something.
Yeah. I gotta say it again. You know who I think might know something? Maybe not in this moment currently.
Who?
Your mom.
At which point, you all hear, "Hey, Carrie Harris is a slag!"
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
At which point, Kit, the figure you saw walking away, stops.
Oh shit.
As you see a woman with blonde hair, a black leather jacket, like these black combat boots, as she just turns, what looks to be full done up makeup, multiple piercings up the right hand side. On her jacket, you can read that there are 2 pins. One says "Draft beers, not boys." The other one is "Not your housewife, bitch."
Oh my god. I love this.
As she just kind of standing there in jeans, kind of walks forward in this like grizzled t-shirt. As you can see, she's walking up to one of the jock kids as he and his buddies are kind of knocking around and laughing. She just kind of walks up, and at this distance you can't hear anything, but after a moment you just watch as she slams her knee into his crotch before she grabs him by the back of the head, looks at him, and spits in his face before pushing him away, turns and begins walking back towards the front of the building.
Get out.
You guys, that's my mom.
That's your mom? The person we met yesterday is this person?
I mean, her name was Harris. Her name was Carol Harris. Well, maybe she's my aunt. I've never met my aunt on that side. Oh my god, your parents are totally here too. Oh my god, Kit and you. Oh my god, we should see everyone's parents. This is the perfect opportunity.
No, we can't. We touch nothing. Change. No, because then our picture is gonna vanish or what? No, we sit in a closet and we wait for us to other life, Grease, what wonderful, whatever, back to our own time. Okay.
Okay, Baxter, you can sit in the closet.
Well, what if it just doesn't happen?
Well, we went back the first time, didn't we? So we didn't do anything then.
We don't know what brought us back the first time. What if we're stuck here?
We made kind of a ruckus, honestly.
We did make kind of a ruckus.
So how's about this? No ruckus. Be quiet. Sit in a corner. Do nothing.
Well, no, I think what Jenny was saying was that we made a ruckus and then we got back to our reality or whatever. Hey, you should love this. You wanna go light another trash can on fire?
I can happily light another trash can on fire, but not if it means that something's gonna happen where my parents aren't gonna end up going to class and they're not gonna meet each other and they're not gonna become married and then I'm not gonna happen. Okay?
Oh, don't worry, Baxter. Listen. That's not how time travel works.
Oh, you're an expert on how time travel works?
Whose fucking mom works at the Institute, bitch.
Do they do time travel there? Did you not tell? Why didn't you tell us this?
I've never time traveled before, obviously, but, like, if you go into the past, it's either not your past or you can't really change anything anyway. So we might as well have fun.
That's not what
That's
Back
not
to the
how-
Future
yeah.
did. Do you see he had the Calvin Klein underwear and then his picture vanished and he had to make them kiss?
So what we should do is make all our parents kiss.
Each other?
No. Well, we do nothing. Not the weird. Why was that your first instinct? Weird. Your parents aren't here. You just moved here. Anyways,
Yeah, my parents are in Baltimore.
Ah, dang, Olivier.
do you want to go to Baltimore?
We should go to Baltimore.
Where do we find money for Baltimore?
I don't know. Do we have money with us? It's probably like $1 million here, right?
Kit, do you have an idea?
Okay, what are the things that led up to this? We were looking at the musical, and then that strange lady that we'd never seen before came in. I've never seen the new drama teacher. What was her name? Miss Aberdeen? I don't think I've seen her before. Did anything new happen for you guys outside on the field?
I was eating pocket tots. Ask her.
It wasn't new, but I did this, like, totally awesome basket toss. And luckily they caught me before we zipped over here because that could have gone badly.
Damn, what about you, Baxter? What were you doing out on the stands?
He was perving.
What? No, I wasn't. Pocket tots, public area. I'm allowed to do what I want. Not anywhere on campus.
So we don't know of anything specific that might have tricked this off, huh?
Do you still have that, button thing? The can badge?
I don't know if I would have brought it with me to school.
Oh my god, you didn't keep it on you?
I don't know if I would have, no.
Have you ever been involved in a mystery before?
I've never been involved in mystery before, guys.
You guys are watching currently. A lot of people, like, at first, after exiting the building, are kind of going into clumps before that bell stops ringing. But some just begin to leave the group entirely and just begin to head to their cars.
I just assumed it was a fire drill or something. Do we have any sense of, like, the mood of this crowd? What is this?
People were pretty chill. I'll say you get the sense that based on what Baxter and Kit described as they were exiting, they were leaving through a fire exit, which triggered the alarm, which kicked everyone out.
It was a fire alarm.
I'll also say for Jennifer, because this is just something that you would be naturally aware of as per your mom's work, just something that you're used to seeing. You notice as you're kind of looking around the space, the loop towers, they look different. They look cleaner. And the top rim that usually glows light blue to signify like that it's working are out.
You guys, look at the towers. They're, like, dark. That never happens. Are they new? When did they install the towers, Jenny?
Make a mind comprehend check.
Yes, I got 2.
You do actually know when it was essentially that the loop was established. It was established on September 4th, 1965, aka September 4th is today, as opposed to 1985.
Oh, it's September 4th? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's like when it opened today. Probably. Oh my god, what if there's, like, a tower reason this is happening? Yeah, like, instead of, like, I don't know, a robot reason or, like, an anomaly reason or...
You keep throwing things out. Was there a robot reason now? I feel like you're not telling us everything.
No, I don't know anything. I'm just saying, like, we don't know what's happening, so maybe it's a robot.
Should we go to the loop? If you think that has something to do with this, Jenny. I don't know how much time we have here, but
I mean, okay. Like, on the one hand, yes, of course, but also, I really want to see everyone's parents. Come on, can we just, like, do that, please?
No, we're not. We're not. No.
This could be our
no,
only chance.
no.
What, Kit? Don't you want to see your dad?
I was gonna say, Kit, maybe, I don't know, this might be something fun, something nice for you. I don't know if that'd be weird.
I feel like while we were talking, Kit was already kind of looking like not paying full attention and peering around to see if she could make out any person who thought she could be, Charlie.
Make a mind comprehend check.
I have 2 successes.
You do some quick math in your head. You realize everyone else's parents are older than your parents. Your parents at this point, if your math is correct, are probably at the cusp end of elementary school. They're probably around somewhere between 10 to 12 years old.
I relay this to my crew, and I say, my parents are a little younger. They had me a little younger, and they're not, I don't think they would be here.
Baby parents? That's so cute.
Great. Problem solved. No. Yeah, very cute. All right. So, are we causing a ruckus, or are we going to the loop?
I think we should go to the loop, and then worst case, we cause a ruckus after the loop, and then maybe we'll be back to where we need to be.
Okay, fine. Let's go to the loop, I guess. Do I get any, like, glimpse of anyone I think might be one of their parents? Or, I guess mine are Baxter's.
You are looking around. You do not.
Okay, fine.
Well, you saw your mom. Maybe.
Just look for where all the babes are hanging around, and you'll find Mr. Williams.
Young Mr. Williams. Young Mr. Williams.
Well, to start off, I would like everyone to please make...
Oh my god, we have to walk.
Can we just steal some bicycles?
Is it still a crime if you're in the past?
Yeah, I think it's more of a crime.
We don't have an identity here.
No, I'd say no. Yeah, I'd go with Kit, right? No prince. They can't book us.
With statute of limitations, 20 years. So if we go back to our own time, then it's expired.
And it's the 60s.
Okay. In which case, I would like someone to lead with a body sneak check.
That's probably Adam's department.
It would be, but I don't want to steal things, but I guess I have to.
I'll help you, buddy.
Come on, don't be pigeonholed. I could help by standing somewhere else because I feel like I'm quite eye-catching. I don't really fit in with this crowd at all, actually.
Kit's pretty goddamn sneaky, and I feel like I'm like, I don't know, I give you some, I'm like, wait, don't do it. Okay, now, I'm giving you advice like that. Like,
Do I get 3 additional?
Baxter, take 2 die.
2 die. Okay.
2 die. With Jennifer just standing off to the side, she's just kind of like posing, but it doesn't actually do anything.
I'm still looking for people's parents.
Yeah.
I'm fixated.
Okay. I achieved 2 successes from that.
2 successes. You are able to head over to a set of bikes. At this point, bike locks aren't a huge thing. You're able to just pick up a few from a side section as you guys all have bikes available to you.
Are they all just standard bikes, or do they have baskets or anything?
Very, very, very generic bikes. No baskets, no bells and whistles.
oh, this is so cool. And I take Rudy, and I put Rudy on the handlebars, and I'm like, hold on tight, King. And I get him.
That's the episode title right there. Hold on tight, King.
Hold on tight, King. That's the tagline. That's the tagline of the episode.
You guys begin riding forward as you guys do here in the background. Whoa! Someone's snagging our rides! Get back here, kids! As you look behind, you see just a bunch of, like, would-be greasers running forward trying to get their bikes, but they don't have the endurance for it from all the cigarettes they smoke.
You don't even have cars!
Whoa!
If I don't get you, then mark my words, my children will!
Getting fucking dabbed on by a bunch of 13-year-olds. I love it.
At which point, I would like someone to please make a mind investigate check for finding the best route up to the loop.
That's true. Oof. I have no successes.
No successes. You are You guys begin riding forward, and you hit downtown, but you're not really sure where to go after that. You're like, you're arriving at a very familiar intersection to all of you, but very strange circumstances. You guys arrive at the T intersection where Cozy Clutters was once. What you see is a car that has impacted into a wall. There is a police officer sitting next to a young, very handsome, slightly stout gentleman sitting next to a fire hydrant. He seems to have a blanket over top of him, as the officer is just kind of like looking over him. It's okay, buddy. You can relax. The car, it's totaled, but we're gonna figure it out, all right? As the guy there is just like, I really just, I don't know what happened. I was just driving, and then suddenly I just saw this thing, just these people walking in the middle of the street, just like, sorry, what's your name? My name's Dennis McPherson. It's okay, Mr. McPherson. We'll take it. But I swear, I was driving, and then there was nothing there. I was suddenly in the dark, and there were like Freeman didn't look like this. It looks so weird. It like the street. I just don't understand. It's like, it's okay. As one officer is just coming around the other side, you can see he's like, the one officer standing next to Mr. McPherson is just kind of like tapping his head and just spinning his finger. We're totally good here, okay? Just stay put. We'll get the doctor to come and check you out.
Guys, that's the crazy guy from the other day. Yeah, really look at him. Like, squint for a second, yeah.
He also said out loud his name was McPherson, so I think
that's true, yeah, he did.
You guys, what if Mr. McPherson is going through the same thing that we are, and we're all gonna end up like him when we're older?
Oh my god, no, that's horrible.
Don't
What
say
what
that.
if it's... Don't make that face.
Hey, come on.
Kathleen.
I thought you were bringing us to the loop.
I don't know. I just feel like, no, honestly, I just didn't think you guys cared about Mr. McPherson because you all made fun of me when I went to speak with him. Granted, we didn't really learn anything from him that time, but I thought that if I scared you into being afraid of ending up like him, you might want to help him more.
Are you scared of growing up to be someone who's entertaining? Is that what your concern is, Kit?
I am an honest gal, Baxter. I don't know. Do you guys think we should talk to him, or should we keep going a loop?
I mean, should we talk to him now? Or should we talk to him later?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we just overheard him saying Freeman wasn't like this, maybe he's going through something, and then we can compare if we get back to, you know, our time, space, place.
Yeah, okay. And I'll go distract a cop. Can I call for a charm?
Okay, so please make a heart charm check.
Oh god, why do they go everywhere now? Oh my god, 3 successes.
Okay.
Hi. I think I'm lost. I don't really recognize anything. I'm new in town, and I was just wondering if you could help me.
See the two officers, probably in their late teens, probably like 19-ish, like fresh out of academy. They both kind of come over, and you see they look down to you as they both go, wait, where are you trying to get to?
The Loop. I'm from Sweden, and I'm here.
Oh, you're one of them foreign kids.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get to the Loop. Can you help?
Oh, well, you'll want to definitely head up, if you head up the, if you head up Devon Street, that'll be the best way. The other officer just goes, no. That's not the most efficient way. You're going to want to head up on Raydon Avenue, and that'll take you straight up through the main pass. No. Don't listen to this guy.
And this continues while the others have an interesting conversation.
As the two police officers try to do essentially just start arguing about the most efficient way forward. Olivier, you walk up to Mr. McPherson.
Hey there. Sorry to bother you. Do you want some water? I hand him like a bottle of water. Just drink it. You just had a car accident.
What's that weird like case thing you have?
It's foreign.
Okay. Are you foreign?
Yeah, I'm from Canada. Eh?
make a hard charm check.
One success.
Okay. Don't get a lot of Canadians here. Okay. And just kind of takes the water bottle, just begins to sip.
Listen, I saw you got into this car crash, and I heard you were saying some stuff about, this not being the Freeman you recognized or something like that?
Oh, it's probably nothing. I'm probably just banging my head around, you know.
No, we're really interested. Me and my friend, we're doing a report for our Canadian school.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess if it's for a school thing. Well, I was just driving, and you know, my dad owns the old scrapyard just outside of town. And so I was doing a bit of a delivery and kind of motion over, and I was coming back, and I don't know what happened. Maybe I was falling asleep at the wheel or something, but it felt so real. Like,
just tell it like it is. Tell it like it happened.
well, like I was driving, and then there was this like pulse thing. Like I suddenly felt like I wanted to throw up. Like I got the chills a little bit, and I started driving, and it was suddenly evening. It wasn't noon. Like the sun was going down, and I was driving forward, and the place didn't look the same. Like the streets were dirtier. Like I could hear the sounds of fireworks, I think, or maybe they were gunshots or something. And the road, it was strange. There was like this place, and kind of motions up, like this place was closed. Like a whole bunch of these stores changed. As you kind of look back, and you can see none of these stores are anything you guys recognize in your current time. It was just so weird. And then someone came in, stepped in the middle of the road. It was just this white form. And I turned to move out of the way, but then I guess I corrected too much, and I just kind of hit the wall. And then when it impacted, I looked outside, and it was... Do you think I'm crazy?
Don't want to mess up the timeline. We have to make him crazy.
He's gonna think this either way.
No, sir. You don't sound crazy.
Listen. So you felt that pulse thing. How about whereabouts? How far were you from here?
Just kind of points down the street, like maybe a block or two that way.
And can you point to me where you saw the figure?
It kind of points to the previous intersection.
Okay. There's nothing weird about the intersection, is there?
Nope.
Thanks so much. Is there Dennis? And I put a hand on his shoulder. And as I clasp his shoulder, I look at him and I go, "You're not alone." And then I slowly retreat back.
His eyes just go wide as you walk away.
As Baxter's walking away, he's gonna kind of stop and turn and say, "Just a piece of advice. Bet on the Dodgers to win the World Series." And I walk away.
Oh, don't mess the timeline.
You already screwed the pooch there, bud. I'm just might as well push him in the right direction.
I was putting him on the right direction. I was getting him all like hyped up. In the future, he believes it, and he's all like, "Oh."
No, he thinks he's alone in the future. Whatever. Well, I'm planting a seed, okay? We'll see if it sprouts.
Kit walks ahead and goes to meet up with Jenny and the cops.
Well, you see, now you're talking gardening techniques, and I cannot get behind this. You've got to till that stuff first. You got to move in the till before you move in with the nutrition, without the sunlight.
Wow, that's so interesting. I want to try and ask them if like they can just drive us to the loop, which might be a risk they would take, because you know they're in the middle of a call.
Well, you know what? Maybe I can take you. No. I can take you. No, I will take you. We need to ensure her safety. Like, and they just start arguing again.
Hey guys, how'd it go?
Pretty good. Baxter might have made him a millionaire in the future.
Oh, well. Like you were doing anything to help him.
Haha, that's such a funny game. What are you talking about? These are my friends.
Eugen Hayden. Hello.
The cops are still arguing with each other. They don't even notice the rest of you come up.
We should bork away out of here, maybe.
Okay, bye. Thanks for the directions, you guys.
They both simultaneously look towards you, wave a hand. Bye, have a wonderful day. And then continue arguing with each other.
We didn't find out much, just that Mr. McPherson seemed to have a weird time blip, or I don't know if it's a weird blip like us.
Yeah, he had the same kind of thing like us. Something weird. He felt like a weird thing, like we felt, and then he was in a different place.
Yeah, but for him, it only lasted for like a second, and then he came right back here and got into a car accident, where we seemed to get stuck for a little bit.
Tyson, the one business he specifically called out as being closed, like the one I know he didn't give a general mention, but he pointed to one, is that one that's closed in our time?
It is. It's the movie theater.
Oh, is it still the movie theater in this time?
It is the movie theater, but this movie theater is open, just now suffering massive damage because the car impacted with it.
Yeah, this is definitely like his origin story or something.
He also saw a white weird figure though too, hey? We should tell Jenny about this. The reason he swerved was because he said there was like a human-y looking figure, and when Olivier asked more about it, he said they were just, he couldn't get, it didn't really look like a person, it was just this white form. Which does kind of line up with what he was saying about these white forms or aliens. Not saying they're aliens, but you know, kind of feel bad for the guy.
So they're not aliens, they're like time ghosts?
We don't know. They could be robots. We don't know.
Maybe we can call them time ghosts for now. That's pretty cool. Also, he's heard fireworks or gunshots when he flipped his reality too. Anyway, did they tell you the best way to the loop?
Yeah. Well, they told me 2 best ways, but I guess we just try one.
Mm-hmm. You guys are traveling along. I'll say the person who notices this next bit, Jennifer. You guys are driving across. I'll say make a quick mind comprehend check.
Oh, haha, 1-6.
You guys are riding your bikes as you're kind of thinking on other ways of getting up, because you're immediately looking up towards where it goes into a cross intersection to head up towards the loop, up Devon Street. As you look to the top, it's just going to be an uphill bike, which is going to be a bit of a bitch.
Luckily, I never neglect the cardio.
At which point, as Jennifer, you hear, "Oh, Brandon, stop it."
I immediately turn our convoy.
You immediately turn as you can see that there are, next to the Milton Grocery, just the downtown grocery store, still there in your guys' time. You see that there is one car that is in the back. Then you immediately see 3 figures sitting there. Sort of the greaser sorts. 2 gentlemen, like brown and black hair, kind of greased back. Very like, what is it? One of them is wearing like a corduroy jacket, the other one leather. They're standing with a third individual, a woman, brown hair, kind of pulled back, very frizzy in all directions. Very reminiscent of a brown-haired Rizzo.
I'm gonna take my hands off the handlebars and clap in delight while still biking.
As Jennifer, as you're kind of watching forward, you do the bit of the squinting action. You know that voice. Are you moving perpendicular or are you moving towards them?
I'm just gonna like slide to a casual stop sort of at the corner of the grocery store, like I'm thinking about going in, but I can still see them, and I'm definitely gonna like eavesdrop for a sec.
As you can hear, what's taking him so long? I don't understand. As you can see, one of the 2 other guys, Just give him a sec. Donnie is always quick. Hear the other one kind of, yeah, but if it's going to take him a long-ass time, these eggs are going to fry. Shh. Don't judge the man. He's got vision. They're talking amongst each other as you see from the back door entrance, the door opens and begins to walk forward. You can see a fourth figure, tall, broad, blondish brown hair. And you're looking at it from this distance as you're kind of seeing him come forward with just cartons of eggs and putting it into the trunk of the car, just like, all right, time for the gift of an age, and just closes the trunk as the woman goes up, wraps her arms around him. Oh, Donnie, you're my hero. It's like, gotcha, Del. As you also clock this tall individual, you're squinting, and there's a moment that your brain just kind of clicks together. Sheriff McCafferty?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. And does anyone else stand out to me? I noticed Baxter's mom.
Yep. Delilah, Baxter's mom. You do not recognize either of the other two as they all begin to hop into their car and begin to start it up as they begin to back up and begin to head in your direction.
Did the rest of us notice this interaction?
Jenny is just currently stopped at the corner.
Okay. I think what I would have done is I would have kind of seen her stop, looked over, seen her clearly, like, kind of picked up that she was watching them, kind of like, Jenny, what are you? And then notice my mom there and kind of stop and start taking notice of the situation right next to her also.
And you can very clearly see in amongst the sunlight, two adults that you are very familiar with but have never encountered them meet in person. Sheriff Donald McCafferty and your mother.
Ooh, Sheriff likes your mom.
No, hey, stop that. Okay, no.
Oh my god, we should have gone with.
No, shouldn't. Well, it's kind of cool to know that my mom used to egg things, but...
The car is driving past you.
We could grab the bumper, but there's like 4 of us.
Well, no, we're not. You're the one that brought up all the cardio you want to do, so cardio away.
All right, fine.
I need everyone to please make a body move check.
Sorry, Gracyn.
Ooh. I got 1 6.
Dos.
I got like 3 5s and no 6s.
You guys begin biking uphill. It's a bit of a time. Moving like clocking full speed, trying to get up as fast as possible. As Kit, you are falling behind. As you watch as your 3 friends are just kind of just absolutely dashing up ahead of you. You're kind of breathing heavy.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I'm coming. Woo, this is fun.
At which point, as you guys are riding upwards, you do hear from behind, "Hey!"
Yeah?
You turn.
You look behind and you can see that there are 4 kids, probably around, if you were to take a guess, somewhere around 12, 13, kind of backing it, coming up from the back. You can see that there is one woman, tan skin, black hair, kind of in like a partial bob. You can see that there is another boy, black curly hair, with like this equally like tan dark skin, kind of dashing forward. You can see that kind of in the back there's a probably of the group, probably the youngest, probably around 10, 11, brown, like dark curly hair that kind of comes down to the nape of the neck, like very worn sweater, And up at the front, probably the like pack leader, you could say. Black hair, short, but very nice, very lanky kid. Kind of coming up ahead. You guys are going up the hard way. As they're just all kind of stop on their bikes. There's a better way.
There's a better way. I glare at Jenny. There's a better, best way, huh?
I said there were two ways. What do you want?
Well, I mean, like, there's the actual, like, bike path. If you head up in the reverse direction, it's actually easier, you know? A little bit more flat plains. Not as hard as that shit.
Insight check.
Make a mind empathize check.
Oh my god, hey little guy. Thank you, that's so helpful.
Nah, nothing.
Elusive kid.
How do you know where we're going?
Oh, we've done it before.
Are you going up to the loop now too?
Yeah, Inauguration Day. This'll be cool.
Cool, let's go.
All right.
I feel like as we bike, I want to ask them their names.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got Candy off to here, as you can see the girl with tan skin kind of smile and wave. We got Harold. You can just call me Harry. That's cool too. You know, as you can just see him looking between Jen and Kit. Just like very clearly like the 12-year-old who's like trying to like puff out his chest.
This kid's my kindred spirit.
Kind of points back. That's Mags. As you can see, the girl with the curly brown hair just kind of looks just very blank, unaffected. And it's a good day. You can call me Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey guys, and I give some eyes to Jenny immediately. I give some raising eyebrows to Jenny.
It is so good to meet you, Charlie.
And Mags, that's a pretty cool name.
Yeah?
Is it a nickname?
Sure.
Okay, cool. You don't have to tell me your real name or anything. It's fine.
Look, I'm going to get started if you losers want to follow. And Mags just begins going forward and just... Charlie's like, hey, come...
I give you a it's going great face.
Lead the way, Charlie, on a good day.
I'm gonna hang back with Harry. See what that kid's up to.
Okay. Harry immediately, like, you guys are hiding, like, hanging out a little bit in the back, but, like, the moment that he's back there and he, like, there's just kind of that, like, switch moment that he's like, oh, I need to get up there, don't I? As he just, like, tries to pedal faster to, like, catch up with Kit and with Jenny, and it just isn't working.
You treat it like the sun, my friend. You look quickly, look away, but you capture the image in your head.
That's just kind of sad, dude.
Not a fulfilling life we live, my friend. But that's our burden.
Well, I don't know, like, what kind of life you have, dude, but, like, you know, I'm just kind of, you know, just chilling, you know? I'm just hanging out. I'm not...
No,
I have no
you
expectations.
I'm chilling also.
I don't look at pretty people
No.
and just immediately, like, start daydreaming about my infinite lives that I could do to make them happy every single day.
Hair monster. No, I'm not doing that either. That's so...
No, because that's just, like,
vibing.
wrong, you know? Like... Pfft.
That would be wrong and sad and weird.
Yeah, sad.
I'm kind of giving a bit of a blank stare forward.
Both you and Harry just like just dead stare forward. For Jenny, as you're kind of biking along, you're next to Candy as she's just kind of riding across with you. Sorry about Maggie.
Oh, her name's Maggie? That's cute.
Yeah. Don't worry about her. She just gets jealous.
Jealous? What would she have to be jealous about?
Candy just kind of looks ahead. I can't say.
Candy, do you know something?
Make a heart charm check.
Be good at these. Let's see if it holds, though. I already lost one die. Okay, I didn't get any, but I'm gonna tag my pride to succeed anyway, because I am totally awesome at social stuff.
Okay. You see she kind of like side-eyes you a little bit. before giving a little bit of a smirk. I don't know anything, but like Charlie and Maggie, they've been like at the hip for like since they were like born. Like they were like the neighbor kids who like he was like the first guy to give her a flower.
Oh my gosh. Like, that is pretty cute. Oh, but they should feel like secure then.
Oh, well, they like, oh, you see, this is the worst part. They're not like dating, even though everyone like tells them that they should. But like,
oh my God, like totally.
But it's just like, what, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, it's like one of those things where you can like tell something's there, but like no one's ever going to say it.
I totally know what you mean, Candy. Thank you for the update.
Of course, girl. Just kind of gives you a wink. And there's this moment that she's winky at you, that there's another click in your head. Candace Cho, Assistant Principal Candace Cho.
Oh my gosh. I love this. Candy, you're really smart.
Thank you. I know. And you guys continue biking upwards. As you guys hit a biking trail, that, as suggested, it's a little bit, like, to say that it is easier is definitely true. It's definitely a little bit more off the beaten path. Yeah. So it still takes a little bit, but it's way more, like, leisurely to be able to get up there. Charlie ends up definitely probably the strongest biker of the group. Just naturally just bikes up ahead and is just biking side by side with Mags. As there is, they don't say anything, but they just seem to be just keep biking forward. And I'll say for Kit, it is a little bit transfixing, just because, like, it's one of those strange things where, like, it's not an intentional thing. It's just when it's clear that they've spent so much time together that their bikes are actually moving in tandem. Like, it's just when you've known someone for so long that your brain just automatically just, like, matches the movements to make sure that you don't end up, like, bashing into them. It's a lot of small stuff like that you just kind of see amongst the two of them. At certain points you see that they'll be kind of riding and you'll see, like, Charlie moves a little bit ahead and Mag's just, like, very frustrated, like, tries to match him, and then he starts shooting her, like, stupid faces, and she begins to, like, try to, like half shove him, like, with the bike.
Kit is grinning ear to ear each time she sees it, because she's just pretty, her heart is warmed, but my mom's kind of pissy, and that's really fun.
You guys reach the apex of the cliffside up this path as you guys are kind of biking forward into a very large, what looks to be quite expansive stretch of land ahead. To Jenny, that is familiar. The long road that leads to a slight T kind of junction leading to a fence, a small toll booth, and full admittance into the loop. You see the three massive concrete stone towers. No light present. And instead, at the front entrance near the toll booth, there's a small stage that's been set up. You can see that there's a podium, and there are police officers that are kind of set up. Not a whole lot, but a few kind of just set there just in case. And there's a lot of people here. You see a lot of students. You see some adults, but those are more far and few in between. This is more like the younger people coming to see this brand new thing that apparently is gonna, like, dominate their town that everyone's been talking about. As you guys approach, I'll say someone make a mind investigate check.
Kit is looking around. She kind of wipes something from her face. I don't have any successes.
Okay, you're too caught up in the situation. that you guys all kind of, with your bikes, just kind of set them down on the ground and kind of join the rest of the crowd. As you guys are approaching, you can see a few figures standing on the stage. You can see a large, rotund gentleman, long brown hair, very well kept, full suit and tie, some, like a slight, like, stubbly beard, entirely unfamiliar to all of you. Behind him, you can see what looks to be a younger man, probably, at this point, probably around late 30s, early 40s, hair going bald. That's mostly been shaved around the center, but wearing a hat on top. These very, like, thin half-moon glasses that are set on his face. Kind of sitting in a chair with a briefcase beside him. Next to him, you can see that there is another, what looks, yeah, I mean, it's the 60s. There's another gentleman in a full tweed suit. Hair that's been kind of like buzzed, almost like the army cut. As he kind of stands up and begins to walk towards the podium, you can see that the two other gentlemen standing on stage, they just kind of remain to their positions, like more near the chairs than anything else, as the tweed gentleman steps forward. Ladies and gentlemen, here of Freeman, I am happy, both as a member of our wonderful town, but also as your mayor, to welcome the highest honor that our government and, well, science could offer to our humble home. The Freeman Institute will be the third official institute of experimental physics to grace the world. The second only here in the United States. We are so excited to have one of our own to be head director of the project and to have some brand new friends along the way. As I would like to formally introduce Director Marshall Gibson and Dr. Anders Strang to speak on the part of the loop. You see the rotund gentleman steps forward, very well put together, very nice, like a suit along with Anders. As you can see, he steps forward. It's good to be here. Thank you all so much for your humble welcome. My name is Dr. Marshall Gibson. I have worked on numerous projects on the part of the United States government, operating on multiple sites around the world, in investigating, well, some known and the unknown. But I want to thank you all for coming for such a humble inauguration. I and my dear associate, the deputy department head, Dr. Strang, as Dr. Strang looks very awkward and it is clear that he does not like being up here. He's just kind of like very cold demeanor, just kind of like nodding along just because he has to.
After gasping, Kit brought out a little notepad that she'd had with her and began kind of like writing down what they were saying about their roles for both of them.
For essentially them like writing down what they're saying, or noting or looking back to what their initial positions were.
You know, both, but more focusing on important things they might be saying right now.
It's also about this point that you all collectively hear a loud shout. Science sucks! As there's suddenly a volley of eggs that as you look over to a car, familiar, 4 people in masks holding cartons of eggs, chucking them towards the police officers and to the stage, as Dr. Strang and Marshall Gibson both like duck and cover as the officers and everyone just begins to scatter not screaming out of, like, terror, but more just like, ah, and then begins to stumble backwards before it starts to get into laughter as the officers immediately turn and begin heading to, like, running towards them, as you hear one of them yell, "Scatter!" as four of them just begin running in four different directions.
Tyson, before this occurs, do we see the loop, right? Does it look like there are people, like, in it or anything, or is it like one of those ceremonies where they have to cut the ribbon?
This seems to be a ceremony. I'll say just with baseline perception, you can see cars that are in the driveway, like at the loop entrance.
Do we want to try to get in there or something? Take advantage of the situation?
I want to, kind of in the midst of the, either before or after this, whatever, I kind of want to kind of, elbow butt Harry and say, "That's my mom." Figuratively speaking. Don't talk to her. Never.
You're so fucking ridiculous.
As you guys are kind of mentioning this, you all begin to feel the slight beginning the drop.
No. I try to run forward.
Okay. Make a body move check.
2 successes.
Oh, you're gonna, like, end up in a wall that doesn't exist yet. You're adamantly split.
You begin sprinting forward. What is everyone else doing?
I want to go towards Charlie, my dad. I don't know what, maybe grab him or something. I just want to, like, more just a last, like, look.
Okay. I will say, because you were the person looking at them before, like, predominantly before. You look back to Charlie and Mags, and they're both kind of looking towards the action and kind of laughing amongst themselves. As you can see that, kind of looking at them, they seem to be holding hands as they're kind of looking at the action and just kind of laughing together. As you kind of have this brief look, you kind of look back. The briefcase is still on the podium. Dr. Strang's briefcase.
I run.
Okay, make a body move check. For Baxter and for Jennifer, what are you doing?
I definitely would be kind of looking at my mother in a new light, and I don't know if I need a real perception or something to see Kit bolt off.
No, you see Kit bolt.
Okay, I think maybe not quick and maybe not super quick, but I would look at her, wheels turn, kind of look at the podium. I think I would start connecting the pieces and just go to absolutely tackle her, like prevent this from happening.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
For Baxter, please make a body force check.
I'm very good at that. I might have to utilize the luck point. I'll claim my pride here, because making sure that she does not potentially mess up the timeline absolutely benefits me.
So then for Kit, how many successes?
2, because I got 1 this time.
Okay, so 2 successes. For Jennifer.
Well, like, everyone just fucking started running, so I'll just run in the same direction, I guess.
Make a body move check.
I got 1 success.
So I can push, so I can reroll all the dice I don't like again, but I will gain some sort of condition.
Yes.
Okay, I will push myself. I assume I'll become... Yeah, anyways, I'll push. I assume exhaustion will be it here. I will reroll my dice. I'm sorry, Gracyn, but I really need to make sure that this does not happen. Okay, I match your successes with 2 of my own successes. I rolled 1 and my pride gives me 1. I used every tool available to me.
Olivier, you are running forward. You get to the toll booth, and you see you can make it into the actual like proper full acre of land of the loop itself, and you could probably get maybe like halfway there as you feel your stomach beginning to drop. But you're also looking back and you see that Kit is diving for this briefcase, and Baxter is about to circumvent that and potentially try to essentially hook the impact to cause her to miss it. So with your 2 successes, you can either, 1, get properly into the actual acreage of the loop, or 2, you can get the briefcase.
Getting into the loop's not gonna get me anything. I want the briefcase.
Eggs finally stop cracking on the ground. 3 of you converge this perfect diamond of movement as you guys dive forward into every direction, as you all feel your stomachs, as Jennifer is just running off to the side, just looking at you all like, what the hell is going on? As all of you guys feel that drop, as Baxter, you impact with Kit, and Kit, you impact with Olivier. Olivier, you grabbing onto something, impact all together. As Jennifer, you run a few steps, as you see you're in front of the toll booth. You look up, and you can see the 3 towers glowing light blue. As Baxter, Kit, and Olivier, you're all collapsed on top of each other. Olivier, one hand on Kit, one hand on a briefcase. As that is where we'll end this episode. So, going into experience point questions. First one, already a given. The second one, have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Definitely that last one. I gave it to at least the 3 of us.
I just kind of had fun in the past. I don't think I get that one.
Did you use or struggle with your pride? 3 people use their pride. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Not this episode for me.
In a backwards way, I put myself at risk too. By preventing the changing of the timeline, I'm in a backwards way trying to help them, right?
Number 5, have you learned something new?
My mom was something.
Mr. McPherson might not be full of shit.
Well, as we close up for the night, is there anything people would like to plug?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to plug our podcast, October Jones and Fish with Legs. It was created by Lizzie and a couple of other our friends. I do the music for it. It's fantastic little audio drama about a misguided but, hopeful teenage girl and a fish with legs. Yes, a fish with legs. It's funny. It's got heart. A lot of people on this show and other shows of The Rook and the Rascal have voiced people from it. If you like Takeshi, listen to it. If you like Tyson, listen to it. If you like Adam, listen to it. If you like me, the music I mix in the background of all of it, so you better bear with it. It's a lot of fun. Find it where you can find any podcasts. My personal plug this week is the new season of Big Mouth. It's been a gut buster this whole fucking day. It's been great.
So there's this like, I don't know if it's bougie or not, but it's very fancy. I don't know if they're a caterer or if they just do donuts. They're called Bomboloni in Montreal. They're really good, fancy donuts. I got them because a show I was working on ordered some food from their catering side. So if you're in Montreal and you want a tasty, fancy donut, I don't know how expensive they are. I never had to pay for one. They just brought a couple for us to eat because of the catering thing. You should try Bomboloni, I think is what it's called. And also October Jones and Fish with Legs is fun. And children like it, and adults like it, and people in my life sometimes tell me that they were listening to it, and I didn't know they were. So that's exciting. And maybe, if you're someone I know in real life, which, honestly, no offense, Tyson, kind of likely, you could listen to it too and tell me that you listened to it, and I'd be surprised and pleased.
I'll plug someone that really needs my help, which is the Peacock streaming service. I've been trying my best to engage with their products. They really could use a hand. If you want to check them out, I've been watching a show. Now that Riverdale is off the air until this week, I needed some trashy teen content, so I'm watching this show called One of Us is Lying, which it's wonderful. And the basic premise is 5 kids walk into detention, only 4 walk out alive. Who killed the 5th kid? It's really trashy. It's really sexy. It's really it's a lot of fun. It's good trash, and I'm having a blast with it. I'm halfway through, so maybe by next podcast I'll know which one of them is lying, but I currently do not. I'm gonna be really upset
Cool.
if there's a
Yeah,
if there's
I'll go.
a third party involved
I'm
or a sixth party. I
Gracyn.
guess.
Again, as I say every week, I work a pretty normal job in the social services. I don't have anything to plug in that way. I think you should all, just as always, try to be good people, but make sure you're still having fun in life. If that means you have to be a little mischievous sometimes, that's okay. Make sure you're playing with life, because it'll play back, and that is fun.
You can get all of your board game news from thebagofloot.com and get all your board game needs from 3kingsloot.com. If you like this series, whether it be Those Damn Kids or Montreal by Night, you can check us out at 3kingsloot on YouTube, or you can also check it out for The Rook and the Rascal, anywhere where your podcasts are available. And that's going to be about it. Thank you all so much for listening. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your time. Make sure to eat something that is or was green. Go for a walk. And we'll catch you next time.